Anything you need for Halloween, this is Haunted School. Today guys, I'm going to be doing yet another video for this week. I know I've been doing quite a few, but which is because I won't be able to post next week. So I'm trying to get as much as I can done this week. So today's video will be my haunt plan for this year. I thought this name would be very fitting for all of the areas that I'm doing in my display, and yeah, it's just a very cool name, as I usually name my haunts every year, with last year being the Resurrection, the year before being the Occult, and the year before that might have been Skull Manor. I think that was 2017 actually. But so as I usually do the haunt plans, I'll start with indoors and do the outdoors bit after that. So the entrance for my haunt is actually going to be a theme that I haven't decided on yet. As I have downsized quite a lot of my collection, I'll be having a new life size at the front door, which I'll probably be showing over the coming months. If not, the As the Reaper will probably go at the front and do on skeletons mainly, all the ones playing instruments and everything, which I'm going to try and get a stage sorted out for quite a few of them, and props I'll be putting on there will be the dueling banjo skeletons, the As the 2016 microphone skeleton, and the As the 2013 banjo skeleton, which I also will be making a video on soon. The window above it will be decorated to be themed around skeletons as well, because I'm trying to get the themes to fit in as good as possible this year. We'll have a lot of lighting in there as well. Probably use the skull fogger there actually, that'd look pretty damn good. So moving on to the living room. In here I'll basically be having two main themes and also a bit of a side theme as well. So the first theme, this is something I've wanted to do ever since I've started putting up haunts, and this is a mad scientist theme. I'm happy to say over a couple of years I have managed to get all the props I've wanted to do this with, so it's going to turn out perfect this year. So I'll get onto the props that I'm going to put there. So first, in the top left corner we're going to put Dr. Shivers, as he is obviously one of my big buys so far, and obviously he is the mad scientist, so now I can do the theme with him. And in the top right corner we're going to have the Brain Monster, which I obviously got last year, and he's such an amazing prop. I also got the Brain Monster Candy Bowl, which that'll also be going somewhere in this theme as well. Probably somewhere near Dr. Shivers, so it looked like he's building Brain Monster, as I'd like to say. And a lot of things that will be put around this theming will be blue and green lighting. So I'd like to set the mood for the Mad Scientist theme, making it look like a laboratory. I'll be getting a lot of lab jars and beakers, and I'll have them lit up as well. Probably with some liquid with food colouring in, so it looked like there's actually experiments going on, which will be really cool. I probably will be putting a plasma ball somewhere around the place, as that'd also be pretty fitting. I could maybe put up a little table and put the range corpse bag up on, which would be really cool as well. Which around that I'll probably put some severed limbs and heads and everything. I could also put up the latex wraps that I've got as well, the giant latex ones that were sold at Astra a long time ago. I think some green cobwebs or just regular white cobwebs would fit this theme really well. There's just a lot where I could really go with this theme. As you can obviously see, I've just really wanted to do this for such a long time. And with this year being, as planned, probably going to be my biggest yet, I'm going to start earlier than ever this year. Well, obviously not too early, like probably around the end of September, getting 1st of October, as there's a lot to put up, and even stuff that I haven't got but I'm planning to get this year. Just have to see how that works out. So on to the next theme. This is going to be the Witch theme, which this section is going to go under the Mad Scientist theme, usually across the wall where I put the Costco Vampire and Face Ripper or whatever. But obviously around there I'll be putting Wonder Witch, Wicked Warty Witch, Heads Up Hilda, which I haven't mentioned I've got just lately. I got her slightly after Halloween. I'll be doing a review on her soon as well. I've got Wilhelmina Witch, which I think she'll be going next to Wanda or something. A few things I'll be putting in to set the scene. I'll be putting some cauldron foggers in, probably some blood dripping lights just to set the lighting, because I do have loads of them, as you probably all know if you've watched my channel before. And I'll be obviously putting a scene setter behind it all, try and get something that's witch related. if not that haunted mansion one that I've got really works well. But it'd be cool to change up the theming a bit this year anyway. So I do have a few random hanging props in that could probably tie into this theme as well that I could put around them. So the final theme, this is going to be the biggest theme of the entire haunt, and this is going to be the vampire theme. So this theme is something I have obviously wanted to go all out on, as much as the mad scientist theme. And the majority of the living room is going to be based around this, starting from next to the door, and all the way to the bottom of the living room. It'll be based on that. So I'll just list off a few props that are going to be included in this theme. Well, in fact, there's actually quite a lot that will. So the first one, the main prop actually, is Count Vigor, which yes, I have finally got him, and I have been planning to get him all year round, which sadly I did sacrifice selling my Costco vampire for him, but this was entirely worth it. I've always wanted Count Vigor, and I'll make a video on him soon. So another prop I'll be putting in this theme is one of my Edwardian butlers, most likely the 09, because I really like that one, but we'll see when we get to putting up the display. So the next one is Face Ripper, because I think he'd pretty much fit the theme as well with the sort of clothing that he's wearing. And a few of the smaller props that we'll be putting in this theme is the Wilco clock, the Jemmy spooky telephone, the eyeball doorbell. Well, I do have quite a few of them, I'm not sure which one I will put up. One of my haunted TVs I'll put up, if not both of them if I can fit them in. And I'll probably see if I can fit one of my Phantom Face Rippers into the theme, and maybe the Tesco Butler as well, because I haven't really found a place for him yet. And some of the props I'll probably put into the background of this theme, I'm thinking of doing putting some red lighting going all around. I'm hoping to do my entire display on lights that run on mains, as it's just very easy. Yeah, it's much easier, to be honest. You're not replacing batteries every 2 nights on lights. I'll try and fit some of my battery operated lights into some places. Most likely the outdoor display, if anything, as it's not going to be up as long as the indoor display. And behind all this I'll be putting a scene setter up. I might be getting a new scene setter that would fit a vampire theme, but the haunted mansion I've got yet again would fit this just fine. And obviously this area I'll try and put a lot of cobwebs up, like hanging from the ceiling, as it all sort of sections it all off, which it does look very good at the final result. And all of this that I've mentioned is at the bottom half of the living room. The section that I'm doing next to the door will be sort of a fortune teller theme. Obviously won't have a big table there, but maybe a smaller table. I'll be putting Zoltan, one of my witch spirit balls, which I have surprisingly somehow got 2 of them, and a few other fortune teller related things. So yeah, for the windows in the living room finally, these are something I'm going to have to think about. I might take an entirely completely new route for the windows, as I'd like to change it all up, but to the bare minimum we can say at least as good as last year's. We'll have to see. I'm going to be putting some hanging props up just to set the mood, because everyone who's trick-or-treating will see all this. And probably a new life size at the top of the stairs as well, just like how I had the range tree up last year. So everything upstairs is pretty much randomised. I'll be putting lights up in every window obviously, and maybe having a projector up on Halloween night on one of the windows. So it all just sort of sets the mood and just makes the house look a lot more impressive. I'll obviously be doing the entire lighting up this year, so I can make it stand out as good as possible. So moving on to outdoors, outdoors is going to be something big this year, what I'm going to be doing. Because of how it was last year, I only managed to do the front yard for outdoors, which really wasn't a problem because I did enjoy putting it all up, and it did turn out pretty damn well. So going across the front of the house, I'm obviously going to have my inflatables. I'll be having a big speaker probably inside the garage, playing some spooky music through, most likely some of the Alton Towers soundtracks such as Jewel or 13 on loop, which I usually do. So around where I usually put the graveyard, I am planning to put a life size there maybe. Maybe the Range Winged Reaper would look pretty damn good there. And on the graveyard itself, on the trees I'm going to be putting mostly orange and red lighting to light the entire place up. Last year I did it with strobe lights, which was good, I have to admit, but it didn't really light the place up as well. And I'll also plan putting some groundbreaker props in there as well, some 3/4 And yeah, maybe some cobwebs on the trees as well, and some little hanging props just to make it look more heavily themed. And on the backyard, this is something I've hoped to get round to every year, and that is doing a walkthrough haunt, which hopefully, fingers crossed, this can happen this year if everything's all well. So for this theme here, how it'll all work, there's going to be an entrance around the side gate of the house, which they'll walk through to this gazebo setup that I'll have set up on my front on the lawn, which this will be sort of like the pre-show to my to main haunt they'll go and see after this, which I'll have some sort of screen set up, and I'll probably add it together a bit of a pre-show for this. I'll give it a bit of a backstory on the haunt, which will be pretty cool. And yeah, this will lead into a tunnel which I am planning on building myself, which will all be built out of this polytunnel. I'll mostly be going over things that I've got. I'll be putting some speakers, most likely in the gazebo, and maybe one in the tunnel as well, with some spooky sound effects playing. Be having a bit of a mixture of green, orange, and purple lighting. Maybe some blood dripping lights going in there as well, which will add a nice effect. I'll most likely be having Rising Doll in there, probably static props which I've got, some of my ranged props I've got left over, and maybe the big hanging Reaper and Ghost that I've got as well that I usually put in my front window, if we do decide to change the theme up for the windows. So that's mostly what I've got so far. Obviously in the polytunnel it'll all be blacked out, so you won't see any of the white that's in it, or if it's clear. I haven't really got one of these yet, so I'll just have to make up my mind which is the best one to get. But now for the last section of this video, I'm going to go over some of the props that I'm hoping to get this year that will complete this display, and just how many I think I will be getting. So for the first one is a jumping spider. This will most likely be going in the outdoor display, as it's a prop that obviously causes a big scare when it jumps and everything. I'd love to see people's reaction. My size I'm planning to get over the next couple of months is the Seasonal Visions Gravedigger. So as you all know, or a lot of you know, that a lot of UK online shops are actually stocking this guy this year, which I'm hoping to be buying this guy, and I'll be making a review of it when he arrives at Costco in 2018. I never got the chance to buy it, it sold out just before I was about to order it, in fact. And yeah, this is something I hope to come that I sold at Spirit a long time ago. I sadly didn't manage to get, hopefully for that, if she does make a return. So the final big prop, which I've got an idea which one it'll be that I'm buying, will be Towering Clown. This guy has always been one of my favourite Seasonal Vision props. It'd just be so cool to get this guy this year, even if he doesn't fit into my themes. I'll most likely have him outside with all the scarier props and ones that everyone will be seeing. So yeah, so that's pretty much all for the ones that I know I've got an idea of which I'll be getting. I'll just move on to a few concepts of what I hope to be buying. I hope to get 2 new Costco props this year. Obviously he has the life size if I do one, if it's good. And maybe some props from a range as well, as obviously in that predictions video that I did there's a lot I like, and hopefully if a lot of it comes to fruition, I'll buy a lot of the fortune teller things to go in the theme. I might even make a fortune teller booth outside my haunt if I'm hoping to buy some life-size skeletons, pose and stay ones, just to really fit in the theme and complete things, if you know what I mean. So I'd most likely have one probably standing in the background in the vampire theme, and probably one in the where the skeleton jam band is as well. So yeah guys, that is my haunt plan for 2021. Hoping that this year is going to be my best haunt yet, which if everything from this plan ends up as it is yet, I'm so excited to set up my themes such as the vampire theme and everything, and even the outdoor stuff is pretty good to do when I get onto it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to put down in comments below what you think of my haunt plan, and also what you're going to be planning to do for your Halloween display this year, as I'd really like to see what you'll all be doing, with obviously things looking better for this year and everything. So please like and subscribe, and remember, anything you need for Halloween, this is Haunted School.